All right, let's do it. Welcome back to the channel. It's time for us to talk about crypto, which is super fun because sometimes we make money, sometimes we don't, but always a good challenge. Let's just start off. I'm going to hit these projects kind of fast. There's some, when I did kind of my weekly recap last week that I didn't talk about, so I want to talk about those. A handful of changes, a few different things that are coming out. There's a couple launches coming out that I'm super excited about. They've just been going through some testing. There's some stuff, fun stuff we're doing with Foodtopian that I'm not going to probably share too much about yet because A, it deserves its own video. B, we're still running through a few different things, but super bullish. So if you're involved in our ecosystem at all, some really good things are coming. I mean, it's going to be super cool. We're blending some of the good ideas that we found out in the space over about the last 6 months. And, you know, I say we, I mean, Keith's doing a lot of the hard work, and Lee's been involved a lot in some of the game theory, and my contribution has been fairly low. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. First up, let's talk about Xfuzion. So Xfuzion's still doing well, even though Pulse is just taking a major hit. And then obviously Richard Hart just got served paperwork for some sort of lawsuit they're trying to bring against him. It's like Groundhog Day. Every time a cryptocurrency or something like that's doing good, they got to attack it. They're doing everything they can to not let crypto thrive. And with the emergence of a possible Bitcoin ETF, or maybe the Ethereum ETF or whatever, I think those are going to happen. Part of me wonders if they're just trying to drive prices down heavy in the crypto markets right now, so they can buy up at bottom dollar, launch the ETFs, everything goes crazy, and they got a good position, rather than buying when it's on a nice rally. Because as we saw, Bitcoin had a big rally the other day, and it's taken a couple steps back. But anyway, that's the crypto life. Big upswings, big downswings. Xfuzion, let's talk about it. So right now I've got a lot of money still in X yield, and because my pulse is down, my total dollar amount is just kind of down from where it was, but that's fine. I am earning XFN, so I can do a couple things with those. I can harvest them and I can sell them and either get it into DAI, which is a stable coin on Pulse, or I can zap it back in, take my profits and put it back into an LP and restake it. So I've been doing a little bit of both. What I've been kind of doing lately is they launched their Xfuzion platform, which is basically just a little lottery system. So what you're able to do here is I'll claim my tokens over there. I'll come over. Looks like there's $500 in the prize pot. So I click buy tickets. If I had enough XFN to buy them, this isn't quite enough. But if I had enough, I could just click buy instantly or max, and it would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tickets, whatever it is, and it would put those into the lottery, and then people can check now to see if you're a winner. So just a cool lottery system, shows you what the matches are and all that, and where you can get some of these funds. And if you hurry up quick, there's 2 hours and 4 minutes until the next draw. So generally what I would do, we could do it real quick. Why don't we just do it? I'm gonna go to X yield. Let's harvest my tokens. Let's confirm everything on the ledger. As you guys all know, Pulse Chain's kind of slow for transactions, so I try to speed those up as much as possible. The gas is so cheap that it's worth my time. Let's jump back over to Xfuzion and click buy tickets. Okay, so with my new XFN balance, I've got enough. It's like $5 a ticket or something. I'm just gonna click max, which is actually gonna give me 2 tickets, so it's not that much. So I can either click 1 ticket or click max. It'll give me as many as I want. Let's go buy instantly. And it does allow you to view and edit the numbers, but I don't do that. I just want it automatic. And boom, now I'm in. The prize pot's up to $506, and in 2 hours and 2 minutes, I will be in that drawing. So just a nice little lottery on the side that's generating in some income for the platform, and if you win, you can win a decent amount of money. So I put in $6 basically. We'll see if I win. I know this X yield platform, like their ROI DApp, is coming out soon, so I'm excited about that one. I did buy one of their NFTs, which is this one for $150, so 150 DAI. This one's one of the smaller ones, a little bit slower, so 333 days before I ROI. I get 0.3 a day, comes over in a stable coin, so that's kind of nice. And my max payout's 200%, so put in 150. It'll take me most of the year, but I'll end up with double that back. But what this also does is this gives me option to get referral rewards, and it also helps me out a little bit in this X yield platform. So I'm gonna jump into this ROI DApp obviously when it launches, because I know the platform's safe. I'm gonna give it a go. We'll see what happens, but I know that's coming fairly soon, so that should be interesting. So like you said, if you've got that NFT, once this X yield, not X yield, it's X Amplify, which is the ROI DApp. X yield is obviously the farm. But once the ROI DApp X Amplify launches, you get 3% of those initial deposits if you've got an NFT, and then you've got the availability to get like 4% of referral rewards, I think, when other people mint. But anyway, right now I've got $5.23 that's available to claim. I'm just letting that build up for a while. If you want to ROI faster and get more money, the $750 one ROIs in 100 days. So that's actually a pretty decent deal. And then this one for 1,000 ROIs in 40 days, which is much faster. And as you can see, there's a lot more of those that have got minted because it's the best deal for an additional $250. Getting this back in 40 days, doubling up your money in 80 days, and then getting the additional benefits of the X Amplify ROI app and all that type of stuff. It's all super bullish. So if you're into that, that's what you should do. Next up, pull strip. Pull strip's price has been kind of dropping. It was up at like 15, 16 range, hung there for a little bit. Now it's basically down to 13. I got a little more. I'm just back in compound mode. I'm still ahead on this one. I have, as far as what's in here, I've recouped about 55% of my investment. So I'm just going to keep compounding, get it to a good spot, and then do some claims, just try to get to ROI. So I'm not in a hurry on this one. We've already seen what can happen when they launch new stuff and tie it together. I mean, the price went up to $100. So there's a possibility with some of the new stuff that they're doing that could happen again. I'm just gonna hang tight, keep compounding. I know it's a bit of a death compound, but I'm just not in a position yet where I'm ready to start claiming, particularly because they changed the protocol, and once you claim, it drops you down to 0.5% a day, and then you got to compound to get yourself back up. So I'm not ready to do that right now, and I'm not super concerned about the money. I'm $450 or something in the hole on this one, as far as the money that I don't actually have recouped back into my wallet. So it's not the end of the world for me. I'm just going to keep compounding until I get to a good position. I don't know what that is yet, but that is my current strategy. So why don't we compound this real quick, and then we'll move on to the next one. Why don't we hit the Foodtopian DApp real quick? Like I said, I'm not going to talk through every new thing that we're doing, but there's some pretty cool stuff, especially this project oven. If you want to get whitelisted for this, I would come to the page. This pop-up should show up, and then you can just enter some things and get your entries. So you can refer a friend, join a Telegram group, which you're probably a part of, but if you're not, join it. Subscribe to the channel, a few different things, add your wallet address, all that stuff. You get your entries, and then you get some additional benefits plus that whitelist. So do that if you're interested. This is 13 days out, but we're doing a bunch of stuff. You've got your titanium and platinum NFTs. I think the platinum ones are all sold out, and so it'd be ideal if you're interested in getting some of the claim taxes for the NFTs that are down here. If you want a percentage of that every time they claim, there's a tax. Right now we've been keeping it sort of as a dev fee. It's really just kind of going back into the system. But if you want a piece of that, of the claim tax from the NFTs, then all you got to do is come in here and buy one of these titanium NFTs for 1 BNB. So if you're interested in that and want that passive income for as long as they're open, then that's a good buy. I personally went in and bought one. Like we said, and I've said on past AMAs and all that, we invest in our own protocol. We're not like taking money out of the protocol. So all these NFTs that I have, I purchased with my own money. I just stack them up over time. Like the other day, yesterday probably, I bought another pizza because I wanted 10. I want 10 of these burgers if I can get them. And I want, 5 of the hot dogs, but that's quite a bit in BNB. And why I do that is partially we've all put some of our own money and a lot of our own time into our external business. It's just another way for me to put money into my own business and then get it back over time plus some interest. So it's really a win-win for me and for you guys. Truly passive income, and all this stuff is safe, and so it's kind of nice. But if you've got a fries NFT, there's BNB in the balance that you can get. If you've got a pizza NFT, there's BNB in the balance that you can grab. This burger vault will be filled by Friday for sure. And then the hot dog meal deal ones, those are all going to be filled within the next week to 11 days or something like that prior to Christmas. So every couple days we're refilling the vaults. We've got enough ahead that we know we've got enough BNB sitting aside to manage the claim tax to satisfy, not the claim tax, the claims, to satisfy any claims that will come in without the need for us to on-ramp any money, because that was the original problem. So we've got enough gas in the tank. Basically, we're filling these coffers and they should be good from here on out. That will allow us to on-ramp money slowly, not set off any red flags in the UK, and then we'll be golden. But look for some really cool things happening with the oven. I really think this one's kind of been a sleeper. We haven't been promoting it really hard, but I do think like the entire ecosystem with the games and everything are really going to take off this year. One of those, obviously, this is in Christmas mode right now. But this is Street Vendor Wars. I've already talked about this a lot, but I've got this 45.58 in hourly food coin yield. Right now I've been claiming because I'm trying to get at least some of my ROI back. I want to get pretty close to where I'm sort of playing with house money, but it's been fun. I do want to upgrade this truck soon, so that's probably going to be my next move. Even if I claim a couple more times, I think it's going to take me about a B&B to get here. So I'll probably just get that done, and then I'll have one more upgraded food truck, and of course my yield will go up when I do that. But still about 160 B&B in here, so pretty fun game. All right, let's jump ahead to Stable Swap. Stable Swap is up to 311,000 liquidity, so pretty cool. Project doing really well. They are starting to build out their roadmap now that they've got everything settled. I'm going to do another AMA with Danny here pretty soon. With the holiday coming up and I've got some travel, of course, that I need to do, it's going to be pretty tight to fit it in next week. So I think we're going to have to do the following week, if that's all right with you guys. And I'll have him on to explain the roadmap. Because if you'll remember the last AMA that I did with him, it was a little bit before December 1st, and they were going officially live. It wasn't the early bird stuff. All that stuff happened in November. As soon as December 1st hit, they went officially live. And so there's a lot more to talk about. Really, this whole roadmap they're starting to build out. Obviously, they got their new office. They've got some partnerships going on. We're starting to get this OTC transaction fees. So looks like the next stage that they've got, a lot of this stuff is kind of based in the Philippines. Looks like they've also got some OTC production in India. There's a handful of things that are going to happen, and I'd much rather hear it from him than try to explain it to you. So why don't I have him on for an AMA? But so far, this one is going really well. I am currently in the strategy where I am taking the money that I earn every day and I am just reinvesting it. So I am up to 26.75.56. And what I plan on doing is continuing to build that balance. Right now I'm just in compound mode. Maybe once I get to like 3,000, I think I'm going to let it build up to $50, claim, let it build up to $50, reinvest, let it build up to $50, claim, and that's just going to be my strategy until further notice. But what I'm doing once I'm claiming, I guess, or once I'm building up to 50 and once I'm redepositing, basically compounding, I'm just picking this long-term plan at 0.35%. So should be pretty good over time. I've got a lot of stakes, individual stakes, and so those are kind of going to be expiring as I'm reinvesting. So I'm interested to see how this one goes, but I trust Danny and the team, so we're rolling the dice on this one. But I hope it's a really profitable and nice external revenue source, obviously, to go along with it. So this one has the ability to last a long time. But again, cool team. It's paying out rates that aren't extremely degen, so it's got the potential to last a long time. Let's go to Carol, because Carol is an interesting case. You guys may have seen that after the exploit, liquidity drained. Now there's $52,000 back in liquidity, and you may be wondering how that got there. Can you claim out? What they did is they took a portion of everyone's stakes and they restaked them or rebonded them for you, but they're kind of locked up over a period of time. So what they did is take a portion of your stakes. This one expires in April, so it takes a long time for the bond to mature, if you will. The next one, June, and the next one, December. So really long time. The only way to access these funds that you've got here in the Carol was to actually put some additional funds in and restake. So I didn't want to do all of them because that's quite a bit of money. So I just did one. It was about $400 in ETH. And so I'm kind of rolling the dice with this one to try to get the funds back. But as you can see, other people are as well, because we're up to 50,000. So what I've done is I've just staked it. And this was 5 days ago, as you can see. So I'm getting 476 Carol a day, and I am just letting it build up for now until I get to a good claim point. I'll sell, claim it. I'll let it build up again. I'll sell, claim it, and I'm just going to try to get that 400 back that I re-put in, and then try to keep getting paid. I do not know what Carol's going to look like in 6.5 months. But if it does reasonably well and holds some value, then I'll of course be able to capture that then. And then of course, December 5th, 2024 is a super long time out. So I'm not even considering that I have that one. But yeah, these two, we'll see what happens. I'll be able to get some funds back, maybe sell it. I'm rolling the dice with this one, seeing if I can get a little bit more out of the protocol. But right now, I've got some ETH that's built up. I'm just going to keep letting it rock, and we'll see what happens. And over on the BNB side, kind of doing the same thing, down to 355,000. So not too bad in total liquidity. Look, total liquidity. I can't talk. But it's bringing down the liquidity bonus. That's gone down a little bit, so you're getting paid a little bit less per day. That's not really my concern. The liquidity isn't a big deal. As long as it's in the 6 figures, I'm not concerned. The percentage, of course, is already pretty high, so I'm not concerned about that. What I am concerned about is that the price of Carol has been dropping on the BNB side, so it's 0.007 now, where it was sitting at like 0.024. So because it's lower, the BNB, of course, is not as lucrative because it's producing the same amount, but it's not worth as much in the terms of BNB. But I'll probably let this one build up to 0.2, so maybe later today I'll be able to go in and claim and take a little bit of profits there and then keep letting it work. So hopefully we'll be good. Overall, I did okay on the Carol front, and I attribute a lot of that to just getting in super early. So I've said it a bunch of times, and once in a while I get into a protocol late. Most of the time I regret it. But I will say, not financial advice, but I find the most success even when I don't know the team well or whatever, just getting in early, taking the risk that the thing could go sideways, because a lot of the time, as long as I got in early, there's enough time for me to collect profits over time to be able to get out and get a decent profit. It seems like every time I see a protocol that's starting to get more and more and more hype, and then I jump in, even if it's 3, 4, 5 weeks after launch and the thing lasts for a little while, I'm just cutting it way too close to make profit, and sometimes I get crushed because I was just too late to the game. So not advice, of course, just sharing my experience. All the projects that I'm trying to get in, I'm trying to get in super early, I'm trying to create a strategy that allows me to get my ROI at least close to it, so I feel good about the position I'm in. Like Pulse Strip, for instance, I'm at 55% to ROI. Still got a good amount of money in there. I trust the team, and it's not enough money to make it so I can't sleep at night. So I'm good to just ride it out and keep compounding and see where it goes. So that's the updates. We've got a couple protocols that maybe should launch this week. One of them is Warren. That one's going to be a heater. Not financial advice, but I'm super bullish on that one. And then there's a couple others that look pretty good too. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little update. If there's anything else that you'd like me to cover, please let me know. Hopefully you guys are enjoying some time with your friends and family this holiday season, and happy investing.